Hello and welcome to Randstad News. I'm Gemma Hadley. Many schools are still not aware of the potentially huge impact of the agency workers regulations. With over 20,000 agency workers used every year, could these regulations be the catalyst for an urgent overhaul of how agencies work with schools? Randstad Education thinks so. So what is the current situation? The use of agency supply teachers and support staff is essential when covering for colleagues who are sick or completing preparation, planning and assessment time. But there are problems of perception. Some educationalists report that teaching standards amongst temporary staff can be affected by the challenges of managing behaviour in schools. As the UK's leading provider of supply staff, Randstad Education is committed to raising standards through the recruitment of qualified professionals and plans to change this perception. But how to do this when under AWR, the cost of supply staff is set to rise? Under AWR, teachers who work in the same local school for 12 weeks will be entitled to the same pay as if recruited directly. Agencies could be forced to pay teachers increases of up to £80 per day. A recent Randstad Education survey across 2,500 schools concluded that increases of up to 30% in supply costs can be expected, as much as £60,000 extra per year for some schools. So, what's the answer? With growing shortages of newly qualified teachers and the increasing cost of unqualified staff, neither of these routes will solve the problem. But now, after working closely with the Department for Business Innovation and Skills, Randstad has developed flexible teaching solutions, a revolutionary way to ensure that excellent and experienced supply teachers are not forced to leave the profession. And with 80% of supply teachers at the top of their pay scale, that is a very real threat, resulting in loss of experience and major educational impact. Through flexible teaching solutions, Randstad Education will directly employ the most talented and experienced teachers, providing greater cost control to those schools where Randstad has a strategic partnership. But this is much more than an exercise in cost control. Strategic Operations Manager Stuart McCoy explains we will directly employ our most experienced and sought-after teachers, forging stronger relationships with our workforce, engaging with them and their schools in professional development, including performance reviews. He went on to say, the permanent contract accommodates the variable needs of a flexible workforce, whilst providing our teachers with security and a guaranteed income. We can keep focused on improving teaching standards whilst providing schools with the same teachers who really know and understand the school's ethos and, most importantly, the children. And Randstad Education knows it will work. Their sister company Randstad Business Support has been offering permanent contracts to its temporary workers for several years, a proven and successful complement to many clients' own workforces. So, not surprisingly, there is already an appetite for this new partnership with expectations for improved teaching standards at reduced cost, despite AWR impacts. Jenny Rollinson, Operations Director, explains, we will provide consistency and continuity of learning by engaging the very best supply teachers and support staff in the local area. Our strategic relationships with both schools and teachers will drive higher performance standards from our supply staff. Well, that's all for this edition of Randstad News. So from me, Gemma Hadley, until the next time, goodbye.